Negotiations to remove tariffs at a standstill. Canada plans a new list of taxes against the U.S., possibly including apples, pork, and wine. RFD-TV's Sarah Mock has this reaction from Washington.
Steel and aluminum tariffs against Mexico and Canada remain in place despite both an agreement and congressional criticism.
I've never thought that tariffs represent the best answer to come with, but if the administration feels that's a national security effort, at least to date, well, that's the way it's going to be.
A Canadian official says the country plans to increase tariffs on ag products later this week, as they say talks with the U.S. on removing steel and aluminum tariffs have failed to move forward. Some lawmakers dismiss the move as a negotiating tactic, while others say Canada can't be blamed and that failing to remove tariffs soon could sink the deal.
These steel tariffs are a big mistake. That industry's not coming back. I don't care what you do. And we benefit on the other side of that. Agriculture benefited.
Canadian officials also warned that national elections later this year means the new deal must be ratified by June 1st, and it won't be considered if tariffs are still in place. In light of mounting obstacles, even some administration officials say they're advocating for the president to remove the tariffs.
I would hope to persuade President Trump that quotas may work in lieu of tariffs in order to accomplish his goal of preserving a very critical domestic industry, the steel industry. I think we can do that with quotas based on historical trading patterns.
But many congressional Republicans are confident about the deal. They say they've met with the president to strategize on passing the agreement and are cautiously optimistic about the timeline.
Really want to get it done this summer. Because the further into the election season we get, the more difficult these things become. I'm not the guy that gets to make that decision. Quite frankly, that'll be up to the White House and the President and Speaker Pelosi as to when that might happen.
Democratic leaders say they want to see labor reforms as outlined in the deal before they begin moving forward on discussion. But Congress is also waiting for a report from the International Trade Commission, which outlines the possible impacts of the deal on U.S. industries. For RFD-TV, I'm Sarah Mock in Washington.
Thank you, Sarah. Iowa Senator Chuck Grassley has been one of the fiercest advocates among Republicans for removing the tariffs. He says you can't blame Canada for retaliating, and he does.